fishing news is brought to you by Shoreline Insurance, Navionics, Okuma, Yozori, and the Star Island Yacht Club Shark Tournament. Mild temperatures fueled a sharp increase in angler efforts on the weekend. We did have some flounder and striper reports that bodes well for Monday's opening of the bass season as the striper action is showing signs of spreading east. This week's fishing reports are brought to you by EastIslandYachtSales.com. Check out this 37 canyon-ready lures. Now let's get to the reports. On the east end, not much is happening this past weekend out in the east, but we do expect to hear some flounder being picked from the Quag and the Shinnecock canals any day now. The Great South Bay fishing reports are brought to you by Orca coolers available at Marine Mate in Lindenhurst. In the Great South Bay, there's been a few reports of a few flouties caught in the West Channel area. We had another report from the East-West Channel just west of the drawbridge of a nice catch of 5 flounders. On the west end, News 12 meteorologist Rich Von Olin sent in this second-hand video of the gannets working the west bar of Jones Inlet. Looks like the life is working its way up the coast just in time for the striper open on Monday. Way west, let's check in with Mike Sentry from Staten Island.
Hey Tim, hey Fishermen, hope all is well. Well, the striped bass definitely are here in full swing. I must say it's been a great season. I haven't seen a season like this in decades. The fish are very abundant, from schoolies to 36-pound bass. And then big girls, let them go so they could grow. That's #1 rule. Try to release as many bass as possible, sustain the future generation of bass. With that said, water temperatures are in the lower 50s right now. So it's going to get even better. So get out there before the bluefish arrive and wreak havoc on your gear, and the next thing you know, the striped bass are gone. So get out there, enjoy yourself, and tight lines.
The urban angler is at it again. Raul was fishing the Hudson earlier in the week and reported that fishing was still good, but not as good as last week. The bait of choice is still bloodworms. Asante sent in these images, and he was also fishing the Hudson using a high-low rig and bloodworms. Mixed in with the schoolies were a few white perch. He noted that the incoming tide was better than the ebb tide. On the North Shore, let's check in with Peter Turnowski. He just filed this report.
Thanks, Tim. I figured I'd try my luck on a local North Shore beach today, but got nothing but exercise. Still, there's the freshwater option, which I've been doing. Actually, been taking the kids out there too, and with the stocking of the local ponds, that's been fun. Back to you, Tim. Thanks.
After the break, the surf report from Fred Golofaro. This Saturday and Sunday is Atlantic Marine Depot's annual open house. Everything is on sale, so come down and get the lowest prices on bottom paint, batteries, cleaning supplies, and everything else. There'll be giveaways, door prizes, refreshments, and raffles. This weekend is the time to save big. Atlantic Marine Depot is located at 157 Montauk Highway, Moriches. Visit AtlanticMarineDepot.com for more information or call 631-657-3841.
Hey, thanks, Tim. And yeah, the surf's starting to come to life a little bit. Hearing more and more of small bass being caught in a number of areas. Actually, Little Neck Bay had some secondhand reports of some keeper bass coming out of there. Not much anywhere else. Everywhere else seems to be those little guys. Jamaica Bay. We even had some reports of migratory fish as far east as Fire Island, some fish under the Robert Moses Bridge. This past week, I would say within this week, we're going to start hearing some fish like the Smith Point Bridge area. Out in Montauk, Ditch Plains always gets that April run of fish, and then from there we should be hearing some more bigger fish. Also up on the North Shore, you know, the Western Sound harbors, those should be coming to life. Did hear some Fisherman, Hassett Bay, also some smaller fish. So that's all happening. Striped bass season opens next Monday, and typically by then start getting a lot more reports. There'll be more effort putting towards it, not only in the surf but also in the boats. I know there's party boats starting to target stripers on the 15th, so that'll give us a better handle on what's around. We continue to get reports of small bluefish. This has been going on now for probably 3 weeks. Not a lot of them, you know, just a few here and there. But we heard of some in Fire Island again this week, and you know, who knows? We've had good runs of blues as early as mid-April, but Typically, it's closer to the end of the month, some years even the first week of May. But the trend has been in April the last few years, and it's really been the only consistent shot of bluefish we've had the last few years. So if you want to get into some bluefish this season, make sure you take advantage of the spring, because they've been pulling a disappearing act the rest of the season for the most part. Coming up on April 27th, Liv is hosting a beach cleanup over at Smith Point. If you use that beach, you owe it to yourself to participate, help keep it clean, and get it into good driving conditions. And speaking of driving, they're also hosting that same day a beach driving class. So if you're new to four-wheel drives, you're uncomfortable with driving on the sand and not so sure of yourself, make sure you get involved in this class. There's no charge for it. What you should do is join Liva. They do a lot of good work on the beach and maintaining beach access. So really no excuse not to be a member if you surf fish, and especially if you use four-wheel drive on the beaches. You can get information on membership by going to www.libba.com and just click on the membership application link. Until next week, Fred Golofaro here for thefisherman.com.
Probably the best action of the weekend concerned trout, especially if you took advantage of the generous stocking for the Family Fishing Festival in Belmont Lake State Park like Jeff Buda here. Not only were there more than 3,000 trout added to the lake, but among them were a number of big breeders that had quite a few anglers catch the trout of a lifetime. Fish in the 6 to 9 pound range like Vincent here. Continuing with freshwater, Captain Al Lorenzetti and his buddies was at it again, fishing the sweet waters around Babylon. They once again had a bunch of trout. The highlight, however, was the monster brown caught by this anonymous angler next to them. Upcoming events, we have the Atlantic Marine Depot Open House in Mauritius this Saturday and Sunday. Go to atlanticmarinedepot.com for more information. If you'd like to be part of our weekly video fishing forecasts, we're looking for social media savvy anglers for hyperlocal reporting from around the New York Metro and Long Island area. So if you're a captain, a tackle shop, or just an avid angler, contact me at libayrat@gmail.com. For links and more information, be sure to check out this video's description on YouTube. Remember, like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. And of course, be a subscriber to the Fisherman magazine to be part of the Dream Boat Contest. Get out there, catch 'em up. This is Tim C. Smith for thefisherman.com.